Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Friday, January 28th, 2011. Well, folks, the markets are collapsing today. Monumental collapse considering what we've seen over the last 3 weeks. Make that even 3 months. If you go back to December, if you go back to November, if you go back as far as late November when we had Thanksgiving, the markets have basically been an uptrend with no pullbacks. We've had maybe a down 50-point day on the Dow. Today we're down 150 on the Dow. Massive selling across the board. NASDAQ is down 63 points. That's 2.25%. S&P 500 down 19 or 1.5%. And again, the reasons behind this are global instability. All right, you have major riots going on in Egypt, Tunisia, you name it, all across the Middle East, Northern Africa, riots going on. And this again is creating instability. People are going for the dollar. They don't know how bad these riots are going to get. So when they run for the dollar for safety, and remember, the dollar is still the safe currency out there, the dollar goes up. If the dollar goes up, what do we know about the markets? The markets go down. So again, worry and fear. Look at the move up today on the dollar. Ever since the open right down here, the dollar's pretty much gone straight up. It's now kind of going sideways. And note that sideways move right there coincides on the SPY with a little bit of a bounce in the markets and a sideways move as well. So as soon as the dollar starts going sideways or down, the markets pick up some steam to the upside and bounce a little bit or go sideways themselves. But again, look at the downward move on the markets. That coincides perfectly from as soon as the dollar started to take off to the upside. All right, talking about a couple other things. What else is moving today? Obviously, when there's fear in the global picture, what gets bought? Well, number one, gold, right? Makes sense. Even with the dollar higher, gold trades in two formats. One is it goes inverse to the dollar. So if the dollar's higher, usually if everything else is calm, everything else is collected out in the global market, and there's no real major issues, then gold will go down. But today you don't have that. You have this major problem going on out there, major riots in many of these countries trying to overthrow their governments, especially when it's dealing with the Middle East and oil issues. Gold is going to be a major safe haven, and people are rushing to gold. Take a look at the move in gold today. Massive move up $3 and change on the GLD. So a monster move on the GLD here, folks. All right. In addition, because it's the Middle East, what do you think oil's doing? Even though the dollar's up, do you think oil's down? No, of course not. If it's in the Middle East, if it's dealing with that part of the region of the globe, you can bet that oil is having a big day. And look at the USO today, up $1.50. Monster move here on oil trading higher. USO up $1.50. Oil up $3, $4, $5 across the board. And again, it's just a huge, huge move to the upside as we continue to hammer based on these fears and these global problems. All right. In addition, if that wasn't enough and if that wasn't a big enough negative for the markets, what else is going on, folks? You have earnings. Earnings are not coming in quite as good as the market had wanted. The market, if you look at the SPY here chart and we go to the daily chart, look at when the markets, and this is that Thanksgiving time frame that I talked about, basically straight up. You had one little small correction pullback here, but non-stop up, then a big down day today. And notice we're back to the 128, which is a master level. For those of you that are members, you know the 128 is a key trend line there. We've had that for quite some time. But the key again here is that after such a massive move up in the last 3 months, earnings had better be spectacular, and they're not. Ford Motor Company, Amazon, not that great, folks. If we go to the Ford chart, Ford is getting crushed today. It's actually bounced huge off the lows, but dropping as much all the way down to a break of the even number. By the way, even number play there at 16 bucks. That was a nice little scalp on a break. I've actually scalped this multiple times today with a couple break evens and a couple profits. But nonetheless, look at how it came down, pierced the $16 level, and had a big bounce. Now it's consolidating. Could be consolidating to head back to the lows, or maybe consolidating for one more move up. A lot will depend on the markets out there. But that is what we're seeing right now, folks, and it is wild. So Ford Motor Company earnings not that great. Amazon down $16 getting crushed today. Earnings not that great. We've seen many, many other companies. Chevron, for instance, earnings reported this morning. They beat on earnings, but their revenue missed. All right, listen, when you have the run-up that Chevron's had, and this is what I talked about to my members and one of the reasons why we were short Exxon, when you have a run-up like this on Chevron, you can't miss on revenues. You have to beat on every line. You can't make it on earnings and then miss on revenue. You have to beat on everything. Otherwise, your stock's going to get hit. Chevron's down $1.35 right now. Was down much, much more, but it's getting a small bounce as well, along with the markets as the dollar has kind of stalled out the rise here. All right. There were some great calls in the intraday stock chat. Intraday stock chat continues to be on fire. A couple of people in the chat room noted today that Frontline, which is a shipping company, was having a big day, up $2 on the day, and a couple other shipping stocks were doing well. First thing, as soon as I saw that, I said to them, I said, okay, let's buy dry ships, let's buy GNK, Genco shipping, let's buy these shipping stocks and play them because they should go in sympathy, they should move up. Dry ships, again, right here. The alert went out right here on dry ships in the morning, and we sold it right into this push. I had a target at 502. That's precisely the high of the day. Nailed the target in the intraday stock chat. That's all profit, folks. Imagine buying 10,000 shares even. Nothing that crazy. 5,000 even. 5,000 shares of dry ships at 481, and you sell it at 502. That's, right there. That's over $1,000 made right there, and it's come back down. It looks attractive down here again, but I'm going to wait to see how this market finishes out, and we'll wait to see what Frontline does and the rest of these shipping stocks do on Monday. That was just a day trade and for a great profit. Genco shipping, same thing. Just as dry ships started to go up, so did Genco, and Genco's actually holding off the lows. This is where the alert went out right here at around 1120, 1125. It ran all the way to 1160, pulled back, now inching up again. But again, it makes sense. If some of these shipping stocks are running, you probably see some action on the other sympathy play shipping stocks like dry ships, Genco shipping, EXM, Eagle. OCNF is a tiny small cap one. That had a big pop as well. Take a look at the intraday move on this thing. Look at this move up. Boom, blasting off. And again, that was all in sympathy. So good job again for those of you that caught that in the intraday stock chat. There have been, chatting has just been amazing, folks. And you can see it's exciting. It's an exciting day. It's just wild in there. The profits continue. The volatility in this market is great for the day trader. It is absolutely fantastic for the day trader, the swing trader as well. If you are positioned with a couple shorts or any type of short out there, or if you again are looking for that pullback, great stuff out there. Plus the pullback will yield new opportunities on the long side at the right moment, and that again is why the research center is key. In addition, folks, the webinar is tomorrow. We're doing a big methodology webinar, and we're going to give away all our secrets in this webinar. If you take the webinar, you also get our debut CD, DVD edition here. This is something that has not been launched yet on the website. It will not be launched for a month or two probably. And again, you will get it before everyone else gets it. You will get all our secrets on that DVD, major price pattern and timing things. It is an amazing DVD. So again, that's free if you take the webinar this Saturday. That's tomorrow. And again, go sign up now so you get that free. All right, it's huge right now. All right, and again, otherwise you'll have to wait and buy it, and you'll be spending money on it. Here you can have the webinar and have it for free, or you can wait 2 months and then get it and then pay for the money, You might as well take the webinar. Makes sense to me, at least. All right, let's go over a couple other stocks here. JP Morgan down 64 cents. Obviously, the general large cap stocks are going to be correcting today. Not only do you have big drops on Google, Amazon, Apple's dropping, Baidu's dropping, Chevron, Exxon, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all dropping down. Makes sense because the markets are getting crushed. NASDAQ is down 68 points. That's a huge drop, but that's, again, mostly because of Amazon, and then Apple, obviously, and Google are all down pretty sizably today. All right, IBM's even correcting today, and IBM's been one of the strongest ones. We talked about that after earnings as it continued to move up. Ideally, I still think 164 would be a great shorting level, but it may start coming in first before making another attempt up at those highs. If you want your swing trades, if you want your day trades, obviously join the Research Center for swings and analysis and guidance and understanding the markets, and join the chat room for the day trading side. Take the webinar tomorrow, get the DVD for free. Again, the profits are here. You just have to step up to the plate and take them by joining inthemoneystocks.com. Take care, guys.